deal with the Egypt in you. Deal with the Egypt in you. You know, when you read, you look at Exodus chapter 14, there was a strong statement Moses made. Moses made a statement that these Egyptians you see today, you will no more see them forever. For the Lord is going to fight your battles for you. And the Egyptians you see today, you will no more see them. My worry is how come they moved in circles in the wilderness for 40 years. The journey to the promised land was less than 14 days. And when Moses got to the Red Sea, he told them, these Egyptians you see today, you will no more see them forever. The Israelites left Egypt, but Egypt did not leave them. They left Egypt, but Egypt was in them. One time they said it would have been better for us to have died in Egypt. They said, we have missed the lettuce. We've missed all this beautiful food we've been enjoying. They spent 40 years in the wilderness. You know what? They spent all the 40 years in the wilderness. They carried the attitude of Egypt. And when they crossed the Red Sea, they should have buried that old attitude. They never buried it. When they crossed over the sea, they still carried that negative attitude. The negative attitude of complaining, the attitude of ungratefulness, the attitude of not following leadership. And God said, for these people to go to the promised land, all those who started from Egypt, none of them would get to the promised land. All those who are 20 years and above would die in the wilderness. God intentionally caused them to spend 40 years for a whole generation from Egypt to be buried. God is tired of negative attitude. Hear me carefully. You have come into 2023. Start a year not with the attitude of 2022. Start the year with a new attitude. I have told you over and over, and let me say this again. Today is the 1st of January 2023. There is nothing new in the new year. The only thing new in the new year is a new you. The only thing new in the new year is a new attitude. The same sun we have been enjoying in 2022 is the same sun you will enjoy in 2023. There's nothing new. The same Harmattan we enjoyed in 2022 is the same Harmattan we are feeling and experiencing in 2023. There's nothing new. So though we are wishing everybody Happy New Year, there is nothing new in the new year. It's a good feeling to feel it's a new year. But there is nothing new in the new year. The only thing new in the new year is a better you. It's a better version of yourself. It's a better direction of your life. If you do the same thing you've been doing in the previous 2021 and 2022, nothing will change in 2023. As I said in 2022, I'm saying it in 2023. In the month of May, June, July, the rains will be here with us. Our lands and countries will be flooded again. It flooded in 2021, I said it. It flooded in 2022, I said it. It will flood again in 2023. Prayers will not change it. As long as you choke the gutters and you don't do what is right, the rains will create the flood. And when the flood comes, people will die. Our political leaders will come back again as they did in 2022. They will visit the families that are dead in the flood. And they will send their sympathy to you. Yet they will do nothing to change the structures of our city. So year after year, they are doing nothing. And year after year, you vote the same people into office. If you decide to be better, the year will be better for you. If you decide to be the better husband, the year will be good for you. If you decide to be the better wife, the year will be good for you. If you decide to be the better worker, your organization will be better for you. So be a better version of yourself. They left Egypt, but Egypt was in them. We've had independence for 65 years as a nation. We have had independence from the colonial masters. But the colonial mindset is still in us. We are still having the colonial educational system. And we wonder for 65 years we haven't made any significant progress in this country. We are applying the colonial economic structure system for 65 years. And we think that we are still going to be better. So we are claiming independence, freedom. But the independence we have claimed, the colonial mindset is still in us. So nothing is changing in the country. Until we change our colonial economic structure, we will not be better as a nation. You know, the old colonial mindset of cutlass and hoes during the days of Tetekwashi, when he brought the cocoa and they were using cutlass and hoes in harvesting cocoa, we are still using cutlass and hoes after 65 years, and we think we will be better. There's something wrong. The colonial mindset must change. China never dreamed of planting cocoa. Today, they are planting cocoa and producing cocoa and have mechanized it with machines. Machines that will break the pod, machines that will process it and dry it. And after 65 years after Tetekwashi, we still dry our cocoa on the street. Something is wrong with the leadership of the country. They left Egypt, but Egypt didn't leave them. So for 40 years, they were hovering around. The problem of our country is not spiritual. The problem of Africa is not spiritual. The problem of Africa is a problem of governance and good thinking. The problem of our country is good governance. It's a governance problem and good critical thinkers. They left Egypt, but Egypt didn't leave them. If we are ready to renew our mind, we can have a better year. I pray that the Lord would bless us and help us, that we can have a great year to the glory of the Lord. If we want to have a new year, the only thing I will encourage you to understand, as you have left 2022, have a new mindset. I pray God's blessing over your life in 2023. A happy new year to you. A happy new year to your family. And a great victory for you and your family.